Okay, hello, beautiful people. Welcome again. I have no idea I'll be coming back again, but apparently here I am. So, just to clarify, okay, in the past, so I'm going to be honest, I did have an YouTube where I was a content creator, okay. The problem is that the kind of stuff that I was sharing is quite, hardcore for some terrestrial and non-terrestrial beings, and I became a targeted individual. And so at some point I had to take down both my YouTubes, no, both my YouTube and my websites, because I also had websites in 3 different languages. So there you go, the work of my life is gone, voila. So yeah, it was hard, and that's why I don't promote the content of this channel. Also, I don't touch in the material that I was used to touching, so I'm just sharing really the most simple stuff I can. And I could not resist to share something else because this little sparkle of making videos is still in me. So I'm just going to share something today that I find that can be, or I think that can be useful for especially the holistic practitioners or even conventional people or from conventional medicine people, or just for yourself, whoever is watching this, okay. I would like to talk about the division of our brains, okay, because our brains is divided in two parts, main parts, and the same way each part of our brain regulates one side of the body, okay, and so I'm just starting there. Then we go to the nervous system, okay. The nervous system is composed of many areas, but there are two main parts, which are the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system, okay? And those are connected to the left and the right side of the body, which regulates as well the left and right side. The left side and right side of the brain, and they control the left and the right side of the body, okay? So I just put some pieces of the puzzle together, and it was like, wow, light light was made in my brain. So uh, I'll start right away by the end, which is my belief, my full belief is that the human genetic, okay, was gutted at some point of our evolution. In other words, for me, it makes no sense to have a divided brain and to have a divided nervous system. And I'm going to explain why, okay? So, I will start to explain a little bit what is the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system and how it relates to the right and the left side parts of our bodies, okay? And they are connected to the left and right side of the brains, okay? First of all, I would like to say that the left side of the brain controls the right side of the body, just go like this. And the right side of the brain, paradoxically, controls as well the left side of the body. So this is a big paradox. And if you look at it, it's like doing basically this, okay? So think whatever you like. There's many perspectives that can be put into this being made to our biology. Why doesn't the left side controls the left side and the right side just controls the right side? Okay. Other thing is, why is that 99.99% of the population is right-handed and right-sided of the body, and actually we don't have a balance between the right side and the left side of the body. It's completely dysfunctional. It makes no sense at all. From my perspective, remember always, okay, we should have a fully balance between the left and the right side of the body, right? The left side should be able to do the same things that we do with the right body, and that's not happening. So, here it goes, the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous system. So, in our left side of the brain, we have the sympathetic nervous system, which is related to everything that is logical, rational thinking, material world, okay, and masculine, okay? Those are masculine traits, masculine energies, okay? And as I said, it controls the right side of the body. So now explaining the parasympathetic nervous system, we might understand why this was done to our biology, to our physiology, biology, okay? Because, you know, 99.9% of the people are right-handed and right side of the body, and this means there is more masculine energy controlling our body, okay? And if we look at our society, we are in 2026, and this should be gone by now, considering the evolution of the human consciousness. Um, we still have a full patriarchal society. So now I'm going to the parasympathetic, which is in the right side of our brain and controls the left side of our body. And the parasympathetic nervous system is all about what? Non-rational thinking. It's all about emotions. It's all about love, creation, imagination, nurturing, the subjective, the freedom, the love, I said already, and it's connected to what? To the feminine energy, okay? So once again, we can see here how the external was imposed into our genetics, okay? And even our body is subjected to have the masculine controlling the feminine energy, okay? So the feminine energy is completely subjected, it is completely discarded, okay, in our bodies. I hope you are understanding what I'm saying. I don't know if this is confusing or not. It just makes sense in my mind, okay, or in my brain. The brain processes the information that comes from the mind, okay. So yeah, that's my full idea. There was a genetic cut in our biology at some point of our evolution, and if we keep evolving, if we are able to keep evolving, because at this point I have no idea what's going to happen with humanity, considering the path that we are taking. All probabilities are open, but if we are able, let's imagine that we are able to evolve in terms of consciousness. In other words, human beings start to awaken their consciousness a little bit more, they become more spiritual, awaken, and that by itself, because it happens to conscious people and more awakened people in these terms, um, it makes sense that the brain, for me, from my perspective, that the brain will become, and the nervous system, the two sides of the brain, and the two sides of the nervous system will or should become fully entangled at some point. In other words, we should have one brain, one nervous system, okay? Of course, in terms of connecting the two different parts of the nervous system, because as I said, the nervous system is very complex and is composed of many areas, okay? But, you know, if the brain entangles into one, then we will have a fully balanced body. The left side of the body will be simply capable of doing the same things that the right body does. We will have a full balance between the feminine and the masculine energies within ourselves, and that means that we will have as well a full balance between our emotional states and our rational and thought states, okay? So, this is my first part of my perspective. The second part is related, as I began by saying in the video, to the holistic practitioners. For example, the right side of the body being masculine means that it is the electric part of the body, okay? Because the masculine is the one that sends out frequency, okay? And the left side of the body, which is the feminine, is the magnetic part of the body, okay? Is the one that's nurturing and how should I say in English? Well, it is nourishing, for example. Let's start with the hands, okay? Because if you are an holistic practitioner, let's imagine that you are one that works with the hands, or anyone else that knows every human being use their hands. No, you don't have to have any knowledge of Reiki or holistic practices, you know that your hands are capable of sending out energy, okay? But in this case, for example, if you work with your hands and you want to work with your hands in your body, let's say that you want to put frequency into your body, it's better to use the right hand because it's the electric, the one that sends out frequency. And I'm saying this because I have studied Reiki, I've studied many holistic practices, and I haven't seen this information anywhere, okay? So the magnetic part, the magnetic hand, is the one that should be used in case, for example, that you have some blockage and or something blocking your energy, okay? It's the one that you should use to, because the magnetic pulls in, okay? You can also use your breath, and this is taught in Reiki in the master levels, to use the breath, like push in whatever is in your body that you want to take out and take it out, okay? So the magnetic, the left hand is the best hand to use in this case, okay? And then if you want to put in frequency, just use your right hand, okay? That's something also very important. So remember, paradoxically and dysfunctionally, from my perspective, the left side of the brain, rational thinking, controls the right side of the body, which is masculine, rational, logical, and the right side of the brain is the parasympathetic nervous system, and it's all about emotions, love, creation, imagination, and feminine and magnetic. I forgot to say before, the right side is also the electric, and magnetic, and controls the left side of the body, okay? So basically this is what I wanted to share and put it in this context once again of the patriarchal system that still's trying to abolish or to suppress the feminine essence, and that is reflected in our biologies. And as I was saying as well, in case we are able to do the evolution that we would be supposed to do, okay, considering this genetic cut that I'm quite sure that it happened, we should evolve into having again our brain entangled, or not entangled, just the brain fully together and both sides of the nervous system together, okay? So yeah, I hope we can get there. I'm not sure, as I was saying. Um, Other thing I would like to add very quickly is that, or not, I just leave it here. Maybe I might leave it for another video, okay? Otherwise, then I'm mixing too much information. And I think this is already enough. I think you got the point. And yeah, that's it. I hope I'm not missing anything because I was thinking about this already since quite a few days. I just didn't have the chance to make the video. Actually, I didn't know if I wanted to make the video. Actually, I still don't know if I'm going to put the video out. And yeah, that's it. I hope this information can be useful for anyone, whoever is watching. If anyone, the little few people that are going to watch it, okay? I hope it can be useful. If not, just as always, discard it and keep going, and it's okay. Okay. I just want to leave a PS because you always see me with these headphones. Okay, I thought maybe it's time to say to people why am I always using these headphones on my neck. Actually, it's because they really have a good microphone. Okay, so no, I'm not a freak of the of headphones. I might be a little bit a freak, but not in this case microphone headphones freak. Okay, it's just because they really have a good microphone, and that's why they are always in my neck every time I do a video. So there you go. Okay, people, I send you lots of love. Okay, lots of peace wherever you are on this planet. I hope you are well. If not, I hope you get well. I don't know. I just wish peace and love. I wish we could finally, humanity could find a way for peace and for benevolence in this planet. But let's see what's going to happen, okay? So, yeah, that's it for now. Lots of love, health.